Ohio, welcome to Summary Breakfast number 113. I'm Yoshi Arima, and today we're talking about the speed of information arriving at us, how fast it comes at us. And it comes from so many different sources, and our phones, and now our watches. The information is just there. When something is announced, we can get the report on it as it's happening, or maybe an hour later, a day later, etc. And it happens so fast. I was thinking about the Apple Pencil that they announced just the other day from Apple, and kind of getting caught up in the way they were talking about it and how amazing it sounds. But then part of me was thinking, but I don't use my pencil on the side like that, the color things. Just that little thought made me think information comes in so fast and tries to convince us that it is the better thing that we need right now. But we have a bit of that filter time to say, no, let me think about this, right? And luckily for some of the products, we have to wait till November or whatever to look into that. But when I think about how I used to get information, this is a Apple magazine or Insider magazine from 1986 announcing the Apple II GS. And some of you may not know what an Apple II GS is, and that's cool. But I used to buy these magazines, read them, and get the updates for what's been happening. And these updates would be 3 weeks to a month old because of the amount of time that it takes to publish these. And it was a nice pace just to read it. Now, you weren't worried that somebody had read something and then they were going to comment on it or whatever. The closest thing that would happen was I'd read something and I would just tell my brother, and I'd just say, hey, check this out, look what's available. And if you needed more information, they always had these reader service cards. So you would have this page, and with the red there, and it's got all these little numbers, and each of those little numbers corresponded to an ad that was on here. So if you had something about this retail management thing, it says circle number 454 on the reader service card. I can get it there. So you'd circle number 54, you'd circle all these things, and then you'd send that card in, and that information would be sent, your information would be sent to these companies, and then they would send you an envelope with a pamphlet or information on it. But that would take another, like, 3 weeks to get to you. But that speed was fast. And now information can be like, boom, like that. So there's so much information coming in so quickly that the ball that we were talking about, if this is the ball of us, and we want to be moving like that towards our dreams, the information that's coming at us, it's kind of like these quote bubbles everywhere. All this information. Hey, did you hear about this? Did you hear about this? And they're all coming at us every second, every time we look at our phone. And we can access that information. But just like hearing about the Apple Pencil, I was like, but I don't need to know about that right now. So we can choose to put like a cone of silence on us, right? And shut off from technology for a while. Have a non-technology day. Go back to that quiet space, and it's amazing what you hear in that quiet space. We don't need to know the latest thing. Even if somebody says, what do you mean you haven't heard about the Apple Pencil? It doesn't matter. Move at your pace. This pace of life in 1986 was wonderful, right? I just absolutely loved it. So just in thinking, you control the pace that information is received to you. You control your worry about judgments of how people will think, whether you should know that or you shouldn't know that. You're in the driver's seat. You control the pace. Give yourself those days of no technology. Give yourself those times where you can actually hear yourself and go back into those beautiful silent times. I'll leave that with you. Thank you for tuning in as always. Until next week, create an awesome week filled with awesome moments. Joy, light, and love. Namaste.